Yo, Super Ninja Austin fans! This is Super Ninja Austin here with another new wrestling news video, which is the part 24th wrestling news video in the 93rd episode. No, not 90, the 92nd episode of the SNA podcast, and we're gonna be talking about more wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you guys need to know. And reading from the wrestling news article from Wrestle Talk, and we're gonna be starting off the first wrestling news with some top star news. Now, as a top star officially removed from WWE roster, and it says right here, a former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey has not appeared on WWE television since SummerSlam in since SummerSlam in August when she lost to Ronda Rousey in an MMA rules match. The match was set to Rousey's final match of her current WWE run, with her contract. Her contract said to have an opt out clause that she triggered that she tri- that she triggered ahead of the show. And it says, following her departure, Ronda recently has a surprise return to the ring. Has made a surprise return to the ring at an independent show, teaming with AEW's Marina Shafir to defeat Ty Valkyrie and Brian Kendrick. Wait, what? Brian Kendrick? Why was teaming with Tyra Valkyrie against Marina Shafir and Ronda Rousey in I'll say a tag team and a half intergender match? I mean, I've seen these kind of matches before. Like for an example, in WWE, like we had CM Punk teaming with AJ, his real life future wife AJ Lee, to take on Team Hell No. Kane and Daniel Bryan. Really, AJ Lee didn't really do much. Like, only just skipped around with Kane in the ring and just grossly kissed him, but we're not really fighting him though. It was mostly just CM Punk fighting Daniel Bryan in the match. But anyways, we're going to continue talking about more of this. It says, following Ronda's return to the ring, WWE has now officially updated their roster page, moving Rousey to the alumni section after she was previously listed on the Raw roster. It says right here, Ronda recently made an interesting tease regarding an appearance at another independent wrestling event in Los Angeles. And it says right here, which you can see right here, it says Shayna Baszler is set to, which you can see on another article. Let's hope we can talk about it here on Wrestle Talk, and it's not that far away. And it says right here, Shayna is set to be a part of the Women's World Championship in a fatal 5-way match at Crown Jewel, where she as well as Zoe Stark, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez will challenge Rhea Ripley for that title. And what do you think about that? Ronda Rousey is fully away from WWE now. Now that her contract possibly expired, and and she's now in the alumni section. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on to the next news now. As we got recently a departed WWE. It seems like this one says a recently departed WWE superstars shockingly WWE star shocking next move revealed. And it says and it says right here we got some more news, but okay, it's more news with Ronda Rousey's departure from WWE, and the next move, which is a possible Angeles Los Angeles independent wrestling event that she's gonna be participating in. And it says former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey has been making headlines over the past 24 hours when she made a shocking return to the ring. Ronda has made a surprise with a team. Like following her appearance, Ronda made a major tease. He said she like made a major tease in the next movie now, Los Angeles. Like, well, that is no longer just the tease. We already said this article. Why do they have two articles of Ronda Rousey making it at an independent wrestling show when teaming with her tag partner that's now on AEW, Marina Shafir? And it said, okay, we got some Logan Paul news now as another future Logan Paul WWE opponent confirmed. And it says right here, within with the unannounced appearance by Logan Paul on tonight's. I mean, not to. It said tonight because it's probably with I think this was posted last night, but I'll say on last night's Friday Night SmackDown on October 27th, he also teased a future opponent. Like Logan Paul surprised Rey Mysterio last night on with one lucky punch, while he was watching on backstage as Carlito and Santos Escobar took on the Street Profits. And it says right here, the match was originally announced to be Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar against the Street Profits, but before Showtime, the switch to Carlito was announced. Meanwhile, after his his after his after he da- after his dastardly actions backstage, Paul was approached by Kathy Kelly, which I analyzed on from yesterday's SNA podcast. Make sure y'all check that out. We're to ask why he attacked Mysterio after he'd indicated respect for him last week. Paul said that he needed to keep his opponent on his toes, and basically ended the interview although although as he was walking away, he caught the attention of someone else backstage, and that man is none other than Kevin Owens. Like he he was in the hallway, hallway arena, I should say, in the hallway arena backstage, as Paul passed with the pair locking eyes on Paul, telling Owens his Rey Mysterio shirt sucks, which I kind of forgot to say that, but now I did say it on here. That perhaps teasing a future match between the two, like elsewhere in related news punchable punchable looking faces, I should say. Let me rephrase that. Kevin Owens then caught up with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and while the while the trip got in an argument, while the trio got into an argument about whether whether or not whether or not whether or not Owens could punch both of them in the face at the same time, and at the same time, if they were lined up lined up properly, of course. He initially walked away before colliding back into frame to punch them both in the face, and he and he would brag to Noble, who also appeared in the segment, confirming the punchable looking faces of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, that he did it to end the segment. You keep up all of the latest news from around tonight's SmackDown. But anyways, yeah, but yeah, it looked like. But the point is, like, it looked like Logan Paul. It looked like Logan Paul is teasing another feud on SmackDown, like with Kevin Owens being his next target, whether if he's United States champion or not. I think even if he does become United States champion, Kevin Owens could be the perfect guy he could feud with for over the championship in SmackDown programming. But at the same time, I want to see Rey Mysterio remain as that championship because he's been doing a really good job being the United States champion. But what do you guys think? Like, do you think we're gonna have a Kevin Owens or Owens versus Paul feud? And then the last time they saw each other face to face, he got stunned right after Kevin Owens beat his best friend Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 37 in 2021, and he could give him another stun. In the foreseeable future, of course. Yeah, anytime in the foreseeable future. And what do you thought about Kevin Owens doing a double whammy punch, the punch to the face, right into both Austin Theory's and Grayson Waller's face? When he showed that he could punch both of them in the face with their punchable faces selves. Do you think that the two arrogant guys, Waller and Theory, deserved that, or did you think do y'all deserve that, or what do you guys think? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna okay, we got some SmackDown news now. Is I would say it says a video. It's a video WWE stars brawl in a pub in un in unair episode. An unair SmackDown segment, and it says right here an incredible an incredible WWE WWE SmackDown segment that did not air. That did not air on on last night's show has now been released online. In in segment, not segment. I said segment. In recent weeks, since Elton Prince returned from injury of Pretty Deadly, the Pretty Deadly and the Brawling Brutes have have been involved in a rivalry with Pretty Deadly scoring the win in their return tag team match against the Brutes. And it says right here on last week's show, the Brawling Brutes attacked Pretty Deadly during their spa day in celebration of of their of their win over the Brutes the prior week. And it says to close to close that seg to close that segment, Holland and Butch Holland and Butch that the two would go and get a pin, and and they had at least attempted to do just that in the unaired segment with Holland and Butch, or Ridge and Butch, I should say, go to a local pub, a local pub where they are instead served cocktail rather than a pence, rather than pence, served cocktail rather than pence before a brawl ensures with Pretty Deadly with the Brutes against the upper handed on Pretty Deadly in the spa day, and in the spa with Pretty Deadly turn return the favor, getting the one up on the Brutes in the in the pub. But yeah, I'm gonna need your help when I go to them. So I'm gonna need you to help me carry some stuff back. Okay. I'm getting ready to go here in a little bit here. All right. And that'll be fine. I might ask Louis to back off. I'm taking all them clothes back. I'm giving money. And I'm gonna look and see if I can get you one. So a heavier jacket than you got. It's gonna be cold out here. Nobody don't give a damn about y'all, but I do. Now I'm gonna show y'all. So I need your help. Okay. If you can, I can do that. Okay. Just give me a few extra minutes, and I'll gladly do that. Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Oh, we gonna have to try to get Samson some food. Okay, that's fine. And pickles. All right. But anyways, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? And what do you guys think about that? And about the segment? And do you think this should have been aired on television on SmackDown when they were on FS1? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna move on with some more news now, as we got some AEW news now, as Faction recruits a new member, saying from an AEW faction seemed to be recruiting a new member on last night's episode of AEW Rampage, which I think I know exactly what they're referring to, but I'm going to continue to talk about by reading this article. After the grudge between Mike Santana and Ortiz opened up the show, it would eventually be Santana who picks up the victory. I knew it. After the After the match, Ortiz still refused to shake his brother Mike Santana's hand. And if you haven't know already, I've jokingly called them brothers, even though they're not really brothers, but they act like brothers. But anyway, Mike Santana's hand and hit, and as the winner left the ring, left the ring, outran Sanjay Dutt, seemingly attempting to recruit to recruit with Ortiz after the defeat. Dutt was per, persistent in his attempt to support the support despite Ortiz per, protects I mean yeah Ortiz protects after after signaling multiple times that he didn't want leave to leave with him. Ortiz eventually seemed to give to give in, perhaps seemed to give in, perhaps slightly open to hearing what Dutt had to say, perhaps an indication or of Ortiz joining Dutt's group along with Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal, and Jeff and Karen Jarrett. And it says right here, elsewhere on last night's episode of AEW Rampage, the trios, the AEW trios champions, the Acclaim announced would be they will be celebrating the 69th the 69th day reign in honor of their championship reign, hitting 69 days on next week's episode of Collision, which that'll be part 12 of the AEW Collision. We also have the Fatal 4 match with Abaddon and Anna Jay and Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue fighting in a Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match for the AEW Women's World Championship, which Abaddon won, by the way, which I talked about that also on my SNA podcast of the AEW Rampage. Make sure I check that out. But what do you guys think of Ortiz joining Sanjay Dutt in his faction? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And hopefully I don't seem too fast, but I got some important things to do after I'm done doing these wrestling news videos. We're gonna move on to, but we got some more TNA news now, as their one of their wrestlers on the roster is a free agent now. So free agent signs not free agent. A free agent signs with TNA. It says a free agent signs long-term contract with TNA, and it says right here, a hot free agent has just been announced as having signed a long-term contract with TNA after a big match last night in the UK. And it says right here, with Impact soon to be known as TNA, soon to be known again as TNA, hosting an event in a country in England last night. There has come an announcement of the brand's latest signing, and it says right here, as 2024 looks forward to seeing potential moves throughout professional wrestling, as several notable contracts are coming up coming for renewal. TNA has already locked in another star to a long-term deal, and it says after having previous announced that PCO had had signaled. I mean, had not signal. I mean, that's it. Signal. I mean, signed. I was like, yeah, it's not easy reading with a mask on, but it's a had had signed with a company, marked the first signing under the under the under the re, under the resume TNA banner, and a top young prospect has been signed. And it said TNA/Impact Wrestling uh, President Scott Demore announced that TNA has signed 19-year-old Leon Slater to a long-term contract. He faced guys like Frankie Kazarian at the event in front of a so of a sold out crowd. Leon Slater uh, carries the nickname the youngest in charge and has had some has had some fur, had some fur had some fia, some fears had some had some fierce battles across the Indies against AEW's Nick Wayne, as I was including with him, and Impact wrote breaking and at our sold out live event this evening in the country of England. TNA/Impact Wrestling President Scott Demore signed 19-year-old UK sensation Leon Slater to a long-term TNA contract. And it says right here, Impact will officially rebrand back to its former TNA moniker banning with January in 2024's pay-per-view Hard to Kill. Like, and what do you think about this young star right here? And he took a picture on Twitter, or yeah, Impact UK, the Impact UK the Impact UK social media website on the X/Twitter, and shows that he's currently signed with the promotion. And I heard about this guy, and I heard he's really good in the independent scene. And they said he even wrestled the likes of Frankie Kazarian and what's his name, Nick Wayne. And then he's only 19 years old and being and and then making more history in the world of professional wrestling, of signing with a professional wrestling promotion that's been around for 21 plus years. But yeah, what do you think about that? And I'll say congratulations to the young star, to Leon Slater. And I heard about this guy, and he's very, very talented in the squared circle, to say the least. And he's been talked about in the past before. And I believe I talked about this guy on my SNA podcast, Wrestling News, before. But it looks like if if uh if I start watching TNA again and making reviews for him, making reviews for them, will probably be talking about this guy on what he's doing in the wrestling ring, like inside the squared circle, of course. But yeah, but until then, I'm probably gonna be talking exclusively on wrestling news videos, like what's the updates on him on Impact Wrestling, along with other wrestlers, like with the likes of Eric Young uh, and what's his name, Eric Young and Josh Alexander and Alex Shelley and uh, and the likes of the Rascals, Zach Wentz and what's his name and Trey Miguel and so much more and who else, like whoever that's else in Impact Wrestling, and even that Owl Man that's a betrayer to his Usi brother, which is which is uh which is main so-called main event GM's wife, the Impact Women's World Champion Trinity too, and I believe Mickey James is on there. Like I'll talk about basically all them on the wrestling news, but until I start doing reviews for TNA Impact Wrestling, I'm gonna I'm just gonna talk about them exclusively on the wrestling news. But yeah, what you thought about this? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. WWE star returns after long-term surgery, and it says right here, a WWE star has returned to in in-ring competition after being out of action after having a surgery and competing in a battle royal. And it says right here, last night, uh, I think last night's NXT event, uh, Anna 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 Kiefer made her return to in-ring competition. It says competition said while the NXT star participated in in last night in last I mean in from this past Halloween battle royal, she has been of action out of action after having uh, uh, had Achilles had had uh, Achilles tendon as they had an Achilles tendon surgery, and it says after last night's I mean not last night after I'll say yeah last night no not last year's, my apologies, I said last night last week's I mean last year's Halloween battle royal, which seems to have been her has been her 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 last match until now. And it says right here, Kiefer have been a television have been on television in the term in the in the in the in a interim, however, most recently appearing on NXT as an associate to of the family of Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, while they dine on spaghetti ta- uh, while while taking in the match to to deter, the deter, the determine to determine their their competitors at the determine their competitors at Halloween Havoc. Chase U would Chase U would go on to win that match after after some Tom full foolery 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 from Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, the former Los Lotharios, saw the Creed brothers eliminated, and after that, Chase U actually went on to beat the family for the NXT Tag Team Championship at Halloween Havoc Night 1. That says and it said on elsewhere on the news article how on the Halloween battle royal one star dressed up as Vince McMahon and for a big match. But we're gonna talk about that more in another article. But what do you thought about this female women's wrestler that has been out for a year, making an appearance as a as a member as a member of the associates in the family with Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. And it said, and we got some more Vince McMahon news. Now that a video with Vince McMahon with a cane at Tyson Fury versus Fran, Francisco against uh, Francis Nanu, yeah, Francis Nanu, and then it says right. Hope I pronounced that right. Francis or Nanu. Nanu. Vince McMahon has made his latest public appearance at the New York Stock Exchange last month when when he when he was when he was present for for the uh, for the official launch of the TKO group merger between WWE and UFC. Following the merger and meetings, the employee meeting was held at WWE headquarters, featuring McMahon, Nick Khan, Amar, Ari Emanuel, and others. When it was noted that McMahon was used a was used a was using a cane to walk around following his recent back surgery. And it says right here, like, well, McMahon has been spotted for the first time since the merger, being present for Tyson Fury versus with Francis, I should say, yeah, Francis, not not Nanu, yeah, Francis Nanu. I said Francis. I mean Francis Nanu. It says right here, boxing match in Saudi Arabia today, and it says Vince was uh, was in a video arriving to the show alongside the Undertaker, using his cane to walk with. I mean, to walk. He also appears to have shaved off his infamous mustache. You you can see the video like onto Twitter right now, like when he's when he's making like when he's walking into the venue when they're having the boxing match. And what you thought about this latest Vince? What you thought about this about Vince McMahon making his latest appearances last month? Excuse me, with the TKO group holdings, with the TKO group holdings meeting, and what he thinks what's next for the former chairman of WWE. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, like I never thought he would make an appearance on this boxing match, like in a million years. And okay, we got some more WWE ex WWE star news now. Is No, no, like I'm saying, we got some more news about the ex WWE star departure in WWE, which is also known as Ronda Rousey. We're just going to finally talk about that on a surprise upcoming wrestling appearance. It says right here, former Raw and SmackDown star. SmackDown SmackDown Women's Champion Ronda Rousey is officially done with WWE, with her set to make her debut for the Wrestling Revolver promotion on November 16th in Los Angeles. And it said she she's debuted for Revolver come after she made a shocking return to the ring at yesterday's Lucha Vavoom event, teaming with Marina Shafir to defeat Brian Kendrick and Taya Valkyrie. And it says right here, revealed revealed that all profits from ticket sales will be going to survivors of the La the Lahaina wildfires. This this gonna this gonna be this gonna this gonna be fun. Hope to see y'all. As I hope to see y'all there. All all profits from ticket sales going directly to Lahaina wildfire survivors vi- via Venmo mutual ad. And yeah, I'm ready. Okay, I'm yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping this up very soon, and I'm gonna put on my long sleeve. I know, yeah. I'm
So if you have to come back and make another cut or something, because I really need to get over here.
okay. I'll be right there. Yeah. And it says WWE officially removing her from the company roster today, confirming that she is done with the company as of now. Her last match was at SummerSlam with Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler in an MMA rules match at SummerSlam. And what do you guys think about this latest move from the former SmackDown and Raw Women's champion and are you going to be at the show at the Revolver wrestling show? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. We're gonna okay we're gonna okay we're I guess we're gonna end this video right here with an AEW star reacts to fan support following first televised match in 2 years. And it says right here, in an AEW star has taken to Twitter to react to fan support following their first televised match in 2 years. AEW star Abaddon makes her makes their AE makes their AEW return on last night's Rampage by defeating Anna Jay, Sky Blue, and Willow Nightingale to earn a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. And it says Abaddon has been appearing on Dark Elevation to the shows prior to the show's cancellation, with her last match taking place on the October the October 29th episode of Rampage, losing to Britt Baker. But 2 years later, it says right here, taken to Twitter following Abaddon broke character to thank of to thank fans for their love for and for the for the Living Dead girl. They wrote thank you for the love that and in Abaddon's AEW Women's World Championship clash against the champ Hikaru Shida set to take place on tonight's 20 on October 28th episode of AEW Collision. And what do you think about who's going to win this match with Hikaru Shida taking on Abaddon for the AEW Women's World Championship? And history is going to repeat itself, I would say, but it was like early 2021, right around the springtime or the end of at the end of wintertime, where Hikaru successfully defended her AEW Women's World Championship against what's her name against Abaddon. And what do you think about this out of character moment about appreciating the support from her fans, Abaddon's fans? And y'all let me know down in the comments below about this out of character moment in Twitter. And I guess I'm gonna end this video right here. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you did, please make sure to comment down below and hit a big thumbs up, subscribe, click the bell notification so you can be notified when I upload my latest video. And which I'm gonna do later on tonight at AEW Collision, like where we're gonna talk about what went down, like which we're gonna be talking about mostly about the Hikaru Shida versus Abaddon match and the MJF versus Kenny Omega match to see who's gonna be earned the rights as longest reigning AEW champion and walk out to be the AEW World Triple B Championship, even though they won't hold on to the championship because Jay White will still be keeping the hostage with that championship. But yeah, I'm soon to believe both of these two matches are gonna be the top two matches of the night, which I'm gonna be talking about that in my SNA podcast, but which I don't know yet, but I'm gonna know for sure when I'm talking about when I get done watching the latest AEW Collision episode. But yeah, stay tuned for that. I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the 92nd episode of the SNA podcast, the Wrestling News part 24, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys have a great Saturday afternoon, and I'll see you all tonight. Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, is out.